Hey, welcome back to another video of Music Talk. My name is Elijah Jones, and we're going to talk about music today. And we're going to talk about one of my all-time favorite girl groups of all time. No, it's not Fifth Harmony. No, it's not TLC. It's not Brownstone, even though I love all three. And it's not SWV or Jade or any other girl groups or Destiny's Child, that I love. But this group, they're still rocking. They're still doing concerts. These two ladies was actually five of them. One of them was in their late 40s. Two of them are in their 60s, and the other two are doing their own endeavors. The group that I'm talking about is the legendary group itself, En Vogue. Never gonna get it, or hold on to your love, or don't let go, and then, or 8 little you gotta go. Now listen, I literally just named four songs from each album. Now listen, we all know En Vogue. They are some powerhouse vocalists. What? Powerhouse vocalists. You can't sit here and tell me that you don't love En Vogue and love the harmonies and the the fun that's with the harmonies and the empowering lyrics. Like, come on now, like they don't make good lyrics like that anymore. You don't make girl groups like they used to anymore, honestly. No. But when I tell you, I love all of their albums. They have about 7 albums out. Yeah, 7. And to be quite honest, it's a blessing that they're still around and still doing what they do. hmm So, En Vogue came out in 1990, right? With Born to Sing, and 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 that first record had nothing but hit after hit after hit, right? Then you have the second record, Funky Divas. Now, these ladies are really funky. And that was the year my sister was born, 1992. Now, 1992 was a banging year for the ladies of En Vogue, right? Then between 93 and 95, well, between 93 and 95, well, actually between 93 and 96, they were negotiating, going through some money stuff. And then 1996, the year I was born, they released the most powerful anthem of to date of all time. And this song is one of their top 10, like it's one of their best. Like, you thought the first two albums were hot. Oh man. Their third album with this particular song that I'm about to tell you in a minute, impeccable, impeccable, just impeccable. Don't let go. Don't let go. Don't let go. I mean, what? You can't get any better than that. Like, what? So after they released "Don't Let Go" from the Set It Off soundtrack, now I gotta put the movie in there with Queen Latifah, Jada Pinkett Smith, Vivica Fox, and that lady who's in that Tyler Perry movie. Always forget her name, but the four actresses whose careers took off, and then the song took off immediately. So you got four actresses, and then you got four singers. So the movie is a big old hit. The song is at number one. I mean, like, you can't beat it, right? Following year comes around. Sadly, we as people might know, Dawn Robinson left the group. Technically, wasn't really her choice. It was more so like things just didn't work out the way it was supposed to work out. There was money missing and all the above. Just put it like that. So En Vogue continued on to promote their record, and they released like Whatever, Too Gone, Too Long, and another single that I think that was it. I think it was only three singles. It was Don't Let Go, Too Long, Too Gone, Too Long, and Whatever. And that third album didn't really fare really well. I mean, obviously it kept them on the charts and it did make money for them. So because you gotta remember, a year because they released Don't Let Go in 1996. So Don't Let Go was still like on the charts. It wasn't. I mean, by 1997, it wasn't like at number one, but obviously, but it was still on the charts by that point. And then like obviously that whole thing, the whole transition from them going from a quartet to a trio, it kind of, in my personal opinion, this is why I feel like now, because there's so many different apps where people like myself, artists like myself, who can release music without an actual label and stuff like that, and you don't really need labels nowadays. I mean, like, of course, I mean, like, if you want to go down the old school route and get signed to a label and do this whole little thing, then you gotta do what you gotta do. But at that time in 1990, in 1997, the ladies had no choice but to stay signed on to a label that wasn't really going to support them. And sadly, and you gotta remember, four black ladies at this point now, three black ladies. They're on their late 30s, and of course, the industry is aging them, which is ridiculous. Because like I didn't even think En Vogue was even in their 30s until I found out, like, until I did the math, until I looked them up. And so the industry just is a horrible place for, for people in general. And they started to de-age them. By the time the year 2000 came around, not many people know this record. I personally love this record. And this record I'm talking about is called Masterpiece Theater. Sadly, the only song off that album. It's kind of funny, but it's a cute little song. So this particular project, the year 2000 comes around, right? And they were in the studio for a whole year. I watched the interview. Trust me, I did. I watched the interview, and they were in the process of recording Masterpiece Theater. Going into the new year, new decade, 2000. And the label felt like, and I watched a podcast, and originally Riddle wasn't even a thought. So Riddle was actually the last component to be put on the record, and because they had all the other, so technically they only had 13 songs originally. And some of those songs I could possibly name. It was a song up there that I love called No 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 Can't Come Back. It's a very uplifting and powerful song. And there's another song called Falling in Love. And then they kind of had like a whole if people know Beyonce had this album where it was kind of like a prelude, where it was something similar to that. But yeah. So that whole debacle happened. They released Master's Theater. They released Riddle. Riddle didn't really fare too well in the States, but it fared well in overseas. And I'm gonna show you a clip of Riddle, Don't Let Go, and another song from En Vogue. Okay, so I'm gonna show you three clips, and then I'll come back and we're gonna talk about it. And yeah, so be right back. Enjoy the three videos. Bye.
The phone would ring, you'd say hello. When I come around, you'd say I got to go. Your friends never called line 2 before, and I don't know nobody named Tyrone. Oh, now it's Thursday. You left the house to go to work an hour early. Said you had some papers for your boss to sign. You left your briefcase home, and when I called your job, they said you were not there. Oh yeah,
Hey, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys enjoyed those three videos that I just posted. Riddle, Don't Let Go, and Don't Go. And I'm going to do a little special treat at the end. So I'm not going to say which song I'm going to do for you guys. But it's going to stay in the category of En Vogue. But yeah. But yeah, so those three songs are literally from their first three records. Well, yeah, first three, because I'm gonna show you the end of so before altogether at the end of the video. So obviously, Riddle is from Masterpiece Theater. That was single was released in March of the year 2000, and like I said, that was the only single from that record. It was released. It was released by Electric Records on May 23rd, 2000. So a little quick side story for that particular project. So obviously, when the first single Riddle came out, it wasn't really pulling in money like it should have, but some way, somehow, like I said, En Vogue, at this point in the year 2000, they were 10 years into their career. And I remember how I said that the industry, like the age people. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I must tell their age either way. So Cindy was 39 when the album was like when it was released. Terry was 37, and Maxine was 38. And that would have made and obviously even though Dawn wasn't with them, Dawn is also still included in Vogue. Dawn was like, I think she's around my mom's age, so she was like what, 35, 36, 35, 36, around those ages. So and then by that point, she also did Lucy Pearl. If you know the song I Wanna Dance Tonight, that song. I want, I love that song. so So Electric Records didn't really see any money coming from this particular project, so they literally, after the album was released, they dropped them. Basically, they let them go. Literally May 23rd. Yeah, May 23rd. And the crazy thing about it was they was promoting the record. They were promoting on different TV shows. They promoted the album on the Rosie O'Donnell show and the Jay Leno show, and then they also promoted it overseas over, I think, the Top of the Pops, I believe. I could be wrong though. So, like I said, but Riddle didn't get no love in the U.S., but it got some fan love in the overseas. You can always count on your overseas people because they love us black artists. Hallelujah. and and by that point in time, I think the ladies of En Vogue, they kind of would, they were upset with the label and upset with the material, but over time, people, because mind you, I didn't even know. Like I found out about this record when I was a teenager, and mind you, I was a teenager a decade ago. So at that point in time, it was like what, 15, 16 years. This album was like 16 years old. This album is now 25 years old now because it's 2025. Yeah, this album's 25 years old now. And well, it's going to be 25 in May 23rd to be exact. So it's still 24 years old, but you know what I mean. It's going to be 25 this year. And the following is going to be 26. But anyway, you get the picture. But I personally believe this record should have had definitely been their comeback album in so many ways because I felt like the songs were very out of this world. Now some fans thought Riddle was a little annoying because it was very repeated. It repeated the same thing: one little riddle, two little, three little, four little. But and this is why I tell people that I am a true music lover. Now, don't get me wrong. Like after a while, it does get a little annoying, and you kind of have to be like, okay, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, where you at? Kina Cosper, where you at? Brownstone, where you at? Now, okay, so I could definitely understand why people might get a little annoyed with the song Riddle because it repeats itself. And I try to tell people I warn people, be like, it is a little, repetitive after a while. Like you might want to not want to listen to it all the time, but it's still a good song. It's a still really, really great song in general. And at the same time, I felt like not just Riddle, but the whole album, like it's like 14 tracks. You got like I said, you got No 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 Can't Come Back, Falling in Love, Love You Crazy, Sad But True, Love Won't Take Me Out, Whatever Will Be, Will Be, Beat of Love, Latin Soul, Work It Out, Those Dogs, and Number One Man. Now listen, Number One Man is a jam for me. But I just like the artistic I like the way the artistic way they went with this record. All the songs were very futuristic and very like it gave off very like Matrix vibe, and it was very poetic on how they took a classical because they basically took like classical songs and just revamped them into more of an urban R&B sound for that particular time, you know. Now if they would have released that record in the year 2025, I feel like they would have more of a fanfare and they would have more of a push because we as fans, me as a fan, I should put it, I would support them immediately, you know, and it just shows that like you know, like if you are a lover of music, you're gonna support your artists, you know. And I love me some In Vogue. It doesn't matter what reincarnation they are in. It doesn't matter if they're a foursome, a fivesome, or a trio, you know. Currently, they are a trio. The current lineup right now is Cindy, Terry, and Rona. Now we're gonna go past my girl. We're gonna go to Soulflower real quick. I've listened to that album. I personally love that record as well. Now our girl Rona Bennett, who if that name sounds very familiar, but Rona Bennett was on the Jamie Foxx show in the late 90s and early 2000s. She was also on the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse with shall I say it, fellow alumni Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake, Jay Z, Chazaz, who was in sync with Justin Timberlake, and so many great artists that we know today, actors, singers, and all the above. You know, Christina Aguilera was also on the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse as well. So of course, Rona Bennett is a well known name, and she's been doing this. She's been in the industry for almost 35 years. My dog is literally right there. Hi, buddy. Messed up my thing. Now, she's been in the industry for 35 years, and she happened to join En Vogue in the year 2003, going into 2004 for the Soulflowers record. And she has been with the group for almost 22 years, to be exact. And personally, I love I love Rona. I love Cindy. I love Terry. I love Dawn. I love Maxine. I love all five of them beautiful ladies. And I pray to God in the next couple of years we get that album with all five of them. Yes. So, but yes, so that is the lineage story of En Vogue. I don't want to spend too much time. I don't want to take up all of you guys' time. But yes, you know, Masterpiece Theater was just, I feel like it was one of their slept on records. And I definitely wanted you guys to definitely hear my side of what this record means to me. Personally, this record has a lot of good anthems behind it. The lyrics are very profound, very uplifting, and very just like take in your face, but at the same time, they'll give you a lesson. And I just think it's just overall just a great album. Honestly, you know, like I said, like you know, I get it. Everybody has different tastes in music, and that's okay. You know, but I'm a firm believer that you know everybody has the right to try to listen to new people. You know, why not try to listen to an En Vogue song or En Vogue album? Not, it don't have to be Masterpiece Theater per se. It could be their first album, it could be their second record, their third album, their fourth album, Masterpiece Theater, or their fifth album, Soulflower, or their Christmas album, their sixth album, or their recent album that came out back in 2018, Electric Cafe in 2018, which was another great album with my girl Rona on it, who did her thing, who did her big one with the ladies with Cindy and Terry, you know. So I personally believe, like, yeah, like you don't have to listen to, or you don't, you could be a fan of their older music or their newer music, you know. It's just all about just knowing, you know, just knowing like you know like you are allowed to have different taste in different types of albums. Of course, people who grew up in the 80s and 90s, who first heard of En Vogue, of course, they're going to want to listen to their early stuff. Me personally, I kind of am with that too. I love their first four records. I did, like I said, I love Soulflower, I do. And I love Electric Cafe, I do. Maybe I may do a part two. I don't know. I'm debating. Nah, I can do a part two. I'm gonna leave you guys. This is two. I'm gonna give you guys. I'm gonna do a different artist next video. All right. Well, guys, you have a beautiful night, day, morning, whatever time you watch this video, and I hope you have an awesome evening, awesome afternoon, awesome night, and I will see you guys very soon. And I hope you guys enjoy my little surprise at the end of the video. Bye. Woo.
Had your chance to make a change. No, you're never gonna get it. Not this time. My loving. No, you're never gonna get it. Had your chance to make a change. Now you promised me the moon and stars. Oh, save your breath, you won't get very far. Gave you many chances to make change. The only thing you changed was love to hate. It doesn't matter what you do or what you say. He doesn't love you, no way. Maybe next time you give your woman a little respect, you won't be hearing her say, no way. No, you're never gonna get it. Not this time.